Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon Frayne. We are back with another video. Today we're talking about total crypto market cap. As always, if you enjoy the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up below, smash that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, and don't forget to grab your completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin, linked below the video, 100% free, completely for you. Grab it below and let's get in and talk about total crypto market cap. So what are we seeing here over the past few weeks? Well, essentially we're seeing a very big drawdown in terms of total crypto market cap after these mid-January highs around 3.7 trillion. We actually got up as high as about 3.73 trillion in the middle to end of December in the immediate aftermath of the inauguration pump, or the election result pump, I should say, because on November 5th, moving into November 6th, we did get confirmation of the most crypto-friendly administration entering office. And in the immediate aftermath, we had a market pump in excess of 68% in a 42-day period. So this run-up in the immediate aftermath of the Trump administration being elected in the United States was a phenomenal run-up. However, we do seem to have had a little bit of a double top here before retracement in Bitcoin and many of the alts, and obviously total crypto market cap moving to the downside as a result. But let's look at what's going on here with some of the key levels of support and resistance, because as we saw when we had this initial pump in that first few weeks of November moving towards the middle of the month, we broke through a pretty key level here, which was this area at about 2.67 trillion US dollars. This was a key area of resistance because that's where we peaked in terms of total crypto market cap with that Q1 run up at the middle of March of 2024. So when we saw Bitcoin and the rest of the alt market making moves through Q4 2023 into Q1 of 2024, we got all the way up to that $2.67 trillion total crypto market cap here before retracing and then essentially moving sideways and consolidating for much of the rest of the year before we finally had that beginning of November move. We broke above that key level of resistance at about 2.7 trillion US dollars, and we kept moving higher. Next thing up, we actually came towards the next critical level of resistance right around that $3 trillion level. Why is that so important? Why is that a key level of resistance? Well, if we go all the way back to the 2021 cycle, this is where total crypto market cap peaked at the peak of the 2021 cycle. Look at the wick on this candle from around the 11th of November 2021. This is where total crypto market cap got right up to that $3 trillion level, and that was the peak of the cycle in terms of total crypto market cap. From there, we continued to move to the downside into December. I know certain alts and certain tokens obviously had their individual peaks in November, but total crypto market cap continued to move to the downside, and we broke below that 200-day simple moving average by the very beginning of January 2022. From there, we were into an extended bear market, and we continued to move to the downside, and eventually bottoming out here around that $750 billion total crypto market cap. From there, as we moved into 2023, we began to get another leg up, again, slowly moving from 750 billion up to about 1.24 trillion again. And again, when we got to Q4, we had that little bit of a takeoff before shooting right up in Q1 of 2024. So again, this has been the journey of total crypto market cap for the past number of years. And what's happening right now is a few key things. We're having a pullback, obviously, with total crypto market cap because Bitcoin is pulling back down and the rest of the alts are coming with it. So with that pullback, we've seen us break down through a couple of key levels. So what's happening? We saw Bitcoin break below this particular key level of what was now support, you can see how we were essentially testing that $3 trillion level here on multiple occasions throughout the course of February. We had wicks down to about 3.03 trillion on multiple occasions here throughout the course of the middle of February. And eventually here with this daily candle on the 24th of February, we broke below and closed below this support level of 3.0 trillion US dollars for total crypto market cap. Again, what we saw in the immediate aftermath was a little bit of a bounce. This was the Trump tweet rally when he tweeted on Sunday, March 2nd about the crypto strategic reserve, mentioning tokens like Solana, Cardano, XRP, and of course Bitcoin and Ethereum. But that got cancelled out straight away when trading opened on Monday. We saw the S&P pulling back pretty sharply, crypto and Bitcoin pulling back as well, with a little bit of fear, uncertainty, and doubt around the whole tariff situation. We got a little bit of a bounce off of the 200-day simple moving average again, but since the 6th of March time period, we retested that $3 trillion level. We got rejected. We've come back even lower. We broke below the 200-day simple moving average. And again, we're now testing this key level of support right at that $2.7 trillion level. And once again, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, this was the peak of that Q1 rally in terms of total crypto market cap, right at that $2.7 trillion area. So what are we seeing? Well, I'm hoping that we can actually hold this particular level. I would like to see a little bit of a bounce here. Again, we may be in for a little bit lower price action. If it does come lower, we'd probably be looking maybe at about 2.58 trillion US dollars for total crypto market cap as the next level of support if we break below this area. An interesting thing that happened with the weekly chart here last weekend after we saw, or 2 weekends ago after we saw that Trump tweet, if we zoom out to the weekly chart, you can see that with this very big wick here all the way down, when we got the confirmation of or at least a tweet about the proposed strategic reserve for Bitcoin and the digital asset stockpile, we saw that rally up in the market, which actually allowed this weekly candle to close back above this level of support. However, at the time of recording this video, this weekly candle in particular is going to be closing in about 8 hours from now. So I think it's going to be very difficult for us to get this weekly candle all the way back up above this particular level of support unless we get some sort of catalyst or huge positive sentiment about the market and crypto and Bitcoin in the next 8 hours. So what it's looking like is we're going to close below this key level of support at 3 trillion. We're also looking like we're going to close below the 200-day simple moving average, and we are getting a level of support here around 2.67 trillion. So we need to wait and see. There's another 8 to 10 hours before the close of this particular weekly candle at the time of me recording this video. It's going to be extremely difficult to get back up here. Maybe we can reclaim the 200-day. We have to wait and see. But what this means is, we're coming a little bit lower. We may have to go lower before we go higher. And that's what I'm seeing in terms of total crypto market cap. If we go back to the daily chart, actually, let's go back to the weekly, and I want to zoom out a little bit further because what I'm seeing here, in terms of total crypto market cap, if we just zoom out much, much further and look at the big picture here, I still think there's a lot of room for growth with total crypto market cap in this particular cycle. What we saw from a cycle over cycle analysis essentially is from the cycle peak 2017 in November, December of that year to cycle peak in 2021, we saw just over a 300% increase in total crypto market cap from cycle peak to cycle peak 2017 through 2021. Again, I'm not even saying that we could get the same type of increase in total crypto market cap. In fact, if we did, and we take the chart here and we bring it up to show us actually a 300% increase in total crypto market cap once again by, let's just call it December of this year, if we have another 300% increase cycle peak to cycle peak, we would be looking at a total crypto market cap more in the region of 11 to 12 trillion US dollars. Again, that would be amazing. It's definitely possible. I think it's on the more bullish side of things. So even if we just get a 200% increase in total crypto market cap from cycle peak to cycle peak, that's going to put us between 8 and 9 trillion US dollars for the total crypto market cap, putting us actually closer towards that 9 trillion, maybe something around 8.7 to 8.8 trillion. That is what I'm thinking is possible, realistic, and doable based on what we're seeing in the market for the second half of this year. Again, I do think we will have more quantitative easing happening on a global scale as we move through 2025. We've seen that global liquidity is increasing. If I jump back over very quickly to the Bitcoin chart and map this M2 global liquidity index, we know that Bitcoin typically follows global liquidity with an 82% probability. And what we're looking at here is the potential for Bitcoin to start following global liquidity with about an 8 to 10 week lag here. So maybe by the time we get towards the end of March, beginning of April, because global liquidity has been increasing since January of this year, we might see Bitcoin begin to follow in hot pursuit by the time we reach the end of March, beginning of April. Again, this is not guaranteed. And of course, I would like to see more quantitative easing during the course of this year to make the environment for investors pushing capital into risk-on assets more favorable. But we got to wait and see. We got to have a little bit more patience for all of that to play out. But if it does, I then think you will see that reflected with total crypto market cap beginning to move up and to the right. I'm just looking at this correlation between global M2 and total crypto market cap as well. And it looks like there's a pretty strong degree of correlation here. We can clearly see total crypto market cap running up with the same 76-day time offset when global liquidity is increasing. Let's remove that again for now. And what I think is critical for us at the moment is that we try to hold this level of support on the chart here. Bitcoin is at 82.5 as we speak. We might have to come a little bit lower, as I mentioned, before we move higher. Let's see what happens. It could be a good buying opportunity. This is not financial advice, guys. Do your own research, always look at the fundamentals, always look at the technicals, and proceed with caution when you're executing investment decisions in this space. Let's wait and see what happens. It looks like we might be going a little bit lower before we go higher. So take caution, do your research. And essentially, that's it for today's video, guys. I wanted to talk about where we're at in terms of total crypto market cap and what I see potential for over the coming months. As always, if you got any value at all out of this video, please give it a thumbs up below. Make sure to subscribe, smash that bell notification icon. And again, don't forget to grab your completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin, link below this video in the description down below. Grab it now, and we'll catch you in the next one.